Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. It's time to get going on our practicing, on our work. Thanks for joining me here. I'm here to announce the practice challenge number 3 from my practice challenge series that I just started 3 weeks ago now. I guess it'll be 2 weeks. And if you haven't heard this already, the challenge is geared to kind of push anybody who needs a little bit of that summer motivation or just something else difficult or different than your usual practice. So we had a couple Prokofiev challenges in the last 2 weeks, and now I'm going to bring you a Bordoni challenge. And you know how we all love our Bordonis. They're really important for our development and our growth. This challenge is going to be Bordoni number 3 for week number 3. I thought that was solid. And what I want you to do is play it in any other key than the original. All right? You could play it in tenor clef. Okay, you could play it in bass clef down an octave. That's not a different key, but that's a different version. You could play it up a step. You could play it in tenor clef down 2 octaves. There's so many ways we can do this, and it's good not only for our skill development, just to be able to train your ear to hear the differences. It's good for range development. It's good for just having fun, right? Changing things up a little bit. So I'll play the first 3 bars as is, normally. And then I'll play a few different versions just for your example. And after this, hang tight, I'm going to announce the winner of week 2. On the download in my bio of the music, I'm just going to have the first half or so. So now I'm going to play it in tenor clef a little bit for that example. Okay, you could try it down an octave. I was thinking about tenor clef for a second. So you could tie it up a step. There's so many varieties, so many ways you can try this, and I just challenge you to do something and send it in to me. Make sure I see it. Can be direct message, can be in your stories, can be in your feed, YouTube. Just make sure I see it, and that's all we need to do. Now, for the winner of this past week, who's going to win a selection of Brahms studies published by Cherry Classics, the winner is... Impressive drum roll here. Atreo Ciancaglini. All right, that's a name that I am not used to saying, but Atreo, congratulations on your win. Thanks for taking part in the challenge, and I hope you really enjoy these selection of studies published by Cherry Classics. So, with that said, just a few tips for the Bordoni for anyone who still wants to, have a couple of things here. You know, we have to rely on the wind. You know, I think that's it's going to be a trend throughout all these challenges. I'm going to say rely on the wind. Well, guess what? We still have to rely on the wind for these Bordonis, and just the wind takes over everything. And you must have the song in your head. We have to make these beautiful. You can't just focus on technique and ignore music, and you can't ignore technique either. But they're a continuous pair. They can't be separated. Always have the song, always have the wind and the technique. If you're going to play it like in the low register, for instance, I would say focus on the beauty of the music, you know, instead of playing like it fast or trying to get everything like that. I would say make sure it feels relaxed and nice and that all the connections are beautiful before you worry about playing at the same speed or you know, the same breath pattern as above, because when it's down low, you're going to need that kind of help. So I would play it slower. If you're going to play it in the upper octave, you know, keep your air flow really, really steady, right? When you play in the upper octave, you need that compression that occurs in your abdomen. You kind of have your abdomen engaged at all times so that your airstream can really be active. And even when you breathe, you don't want to lose that compression. You just want to, you know, be able to breathe in. So don't go far with your corners, don't go far with your engagement. Keep that pretty steady, and that'll help you stay on those high notes nice and stable. And otherwise, just use your ears. If you're playing in a different key, you know, you're gonna know when it's not right. And this is a great exercise for that. So show me what you got. Really excited to see your challenges this week. Bordoni number 3, link is either in the description or in my bio, depending on where you're watching this. So have an awesome week. I will see you on Monday.